We manufacture solid rocket fuel and rocket motors, and you can advance. Typically used in space launch and military use. Go ahead and advance the slide. But one big challenge is performance. So performance for solids has sort of been enough to be used. It's launch on demand, and it's sort of tried and true and been around for many years. But our product that we've developed dramatically increases solid rocket performance to a degree that hasn't been seen in nearly 70 years. And what that does for our customers is it provides them an opportunity for payload capacity increase. You can advance one. But also range extension. Space launch payload capacity is important, can also be really critical for military, and we can provide that. Same as range, if you pay attention to the Army or many in the defense industry, it's all about range, and we can provide that to a degree that hasn't been seen for years. So how do we do that? You can advance. So historically, solid rocket fuel has been an aluminum powder fuel, still used today. And for those that are unaware, you can advance. They mix that with, they mix that with propellant that has an oxidizer. And the difference that we're doing is we've developed an aluminum lithium alloy powder that when we put into the propellant, you can advance one, it just creates a lot more gas. And this is chemistry driven. And with more gas, we get much more performance. Advance one. So it's compatible with existing systems because it can be mixed essentially in any form factor. So advance one more. So effectively, it can go in lots of different platforms, give range to lots of different customers. Advance. So we've developed, or we are currently performing $5 million of contracts from the Department of Defense. We're starting a project with an international space launch provider. Advance. We've established manufacturing capability. So the building to the bottom left is where we produce the aluminum lithium alloy powder. And then we ship that to the facility on your upper right, which is a munitions facility that's 500 acres. That's where we make our actual rocket motors and test them. You can advance one more. So this year we did our first tactical scale test, proving out our fuel on a actual missile analog. And the data from that test is very compelling and is going to be a platform for growth for us. You can advance. Okay, so the great thing about solid propulsion is it goes in so many things. So advance. On the commercial side, what we're seeing is that a lot of these small sat launch groups are not getting enough performance from liquid systems. And so they're advertising larger liquid systems, or they're advertising the addition of solid rocket boosters. This is an area where we can have a big impact. We can also have an impact on existing small sat launchers, not so much domestically, but internationally, where we don't necessarily need to develop a new launcher. We just say, switch out your fuel and we'll give you much more payload capacity. Advance. On the military side, hypersonic boosters, tactical missiles, artillery, and a variety of other platforms utilize solid propellant to make things go. So really anybody who's launching anything or carrying something that's launching anything should be interested in this. We can get you more range, more competitive advantage, lighter weight, advance. And the product is very flexible. We can optimize for range, optimize for payload capacity or speed, whatever the customer needs. Advance. So if you follow the news, Orbital ATK was bought by Northrop, Aerojet is about to be bought by Lockheed. And so if you are one of their competitors, if you want a rocket motor, you have to buy from them, which is not attractive for many people out there. And so we've envisioned ourselves as a independent, domestically owned solid rocket motor provider. We have the infrastructure to do that, and we've already received some customer interest. So this is traditional fuel and our aluminum lithium alloy fuel. Advance. Okay, so team, my name's Chris Stoker. We've got additional BD personnel who, most of those come from the space launch side. We've got some supply chain people from large defense contractors. Advance. Brandon Terry is my business partner, a solid rocket motor expert. We've got 2 additional PhDs on the team and 5 MEs for a total of 17 with 2 more to go. You can advance. All right, so we're in the middle of a raise led by Impala Asset Management. They're a hedge fund that trades defense stocks primarily. We're at 13.5 million with 6.5 million to go. And we also qualify for STRATFI, TACTFI, and are looking for Air Force, obviously Air Force champions that need more range, that need lighter launch platforms. And the stage we're at is we're ready for prototyping. The model is not to develop our own systems, but to take existing systems and frankly make them better. So if anyone launches anything with a solid, they'd be interested in this. So that's the end of my presentation. Happy to take questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chris. Opening the floor up. Whoever wants to ask the first question.
I think Joe Sabre has a question about solids only versus hybrids. We are not doing hybrids, just solid.
Yeah, Chris, really interesting technology. Just clarify a question for me. Are you interested in producing the propellant and new rocket motors, or just interested in using your propellant in existing solid rocket motors?
Oh, definitely new as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely new too. It's just the existing is a little bit easier path to adoption in terms of time, but there could be new programs that are enabled with our product.
Okay. And do you have the expertise in-house in terms of designing the rocket motors?
Yeah, we do. We're hiring people from big contractors. They start this month on the propellant side, and we've got hardware people that can help us design the hardware, and we've also got the ability to manufacture.
Okay, thank you.
You're up.
Yeah. Actually, you have very unique solutions on the global stage. Is there a possibility that your company can do business with companies or entities in overseas, especially with U.S. allies?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah, we just got approved, ITAR approval from the Department of State for a project we're doing with an ally right now. And it was a pretty easy process. I think there are certain countries where it would be a little difficult, but I actually see potential in the early adopters being overseas. That's where we're getting a lot of interest.
Maybe we can chat later, please. Thank you.
Awesome. Would love to.